Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We're headed to the MGM Grand tonight in Las Vegas, Nevada, to start off with what I call start off with testing for a project that I'm right now calling the Wide World of Sports. As our first part of that project is going to be about in Title Bout II. Now, you're probably wondering, Phoenix Knight, what in the world are you envisioning with the Wide World of Sports? So I've been adding quite a few different sports games by play games, and I wanted to potentially spotlight them in a new project idea. This one is, of course, not by play games. This is Title Bout II by Straight Jab Media. But what I'm figuring for the Wide World of Sports is it'll be a weekend kind of project where a lot of the replays. I'm going to see if I can. This is probably fine. A lot of the replays that I've been doing, at least the baseball and the hockey replays, are going to be more essentially five night a week projects, except during the playoffs. What I'm envisioning for this project is more of a weekend project, where I'll still play other games during the rest of the week. So on Mondays would probably be something different, but I'm still kind of playing around with ideas for that. Anyway, and I probably would stream something on, well, I don't know if I'd stream on Thursday. I'd have to think about that if this Wide World of Sports ever came up. So what I'm thinking for a tentative schedule for this Wide World of Sports project is Friday would be about in either Title Bout II or Glory Days Boxing, or potentially one of my wrestling games if I decide to pursue that, so some kind of combat sport on Friday. Then we go racing with Red, White, and Blue Racing on Saturday, and then I figure a golf tournament in History Maker Golf, also by Play Games. So we're going to do some testing on that this weekend. But we'll have more on that a little bit later. Tonight, let's get down to the MGM Grand, as we've got a welterweight bout lined up for you tonight. This is a dream bout from a while ago. I forget exactly when this took place, but we will have fighting out of the red corner and being represented by my John Cena action figure. Then on the left side, we've got Manny Pacquiao. Fighting out of the blue corner, being represented by Roman Reigns, we've got Floyd Money Mayweather. So as you can see, I've also moved the scoreboard down here. You guys can tell me what you think of having the scoreboard front and center like this for boxing videos. This is probably where it'll be. But before we get into that, let's get cornermen first. Hopefully this won't take too long. So we'll get a cornerman for Pacquiao first. We'll give the cornerman a shuffle. I'm probably going to sleeve the cornermen and the referees at some point. I'm just not sure how I want to do that yet. So hopefully we won't take too long to get cornermen. And we'll give this a cut, and our first cornerman for Pacquiao to look at is going to be Tommy Brooks. We're mostly interested in his cut work, cuts and swelling average. He's available on a 1 to 60, so we'll get a random number for that. That's a 17. He'll be in Pacquiao's corner tonight, and actually I need something that I can note events on, so hold on a second. I'll be right back. My apologies for the small delay. What I was looking for was a writing pad or something that I could put event notes on for the bout. So I'm going to just go ahead and prepare this. Got my pen right here. I'm just making a note, an events sheet here so I can note any kind of like cuts, referee taking a point away, stuff like that. So now that Pacquiao's got a corner man, let's see if we can find one for Mayweather. Hopefully we'll have as easy a time finding a corner man for Mayweather as we did for Pacquiao. Let's see who we've got to look at for Mayweather. We have got Richie Giacchetti. Cuts and swelling good. He is available for Mayweather. Availability on a 1/55. So let's go to the other deck, get a random number. That's a 74. He's not available. So we'll try again for Mayweather. Custamato, only available on a 1/35. Good against cuts and swelling. Let's see if he's available for Mayweather. That's an 11. He is available for Mayweather. So we've got a corner man. We'll get the corner man out of the way, and then we'll turn our attention to finding a referee. So we'll take our referee cards, and we'll see if we can find ourselves a referee. That will hopefully call this one straight down the line. All right. Our first referee that we've got to look at tonight is Elmo Adolph. Consistency 1/65, available on a 1/40. So let's see if he's available for this bout. Foul, so I'm going to say no. Next referee to look at, Marty Denkin. Stoppage late, fouls normal, consistency 1/75. Only available on a 1/40 though. Foul, he's not available either. Okay, looks like we're going through referees for a little while. Lou Murray. Strict on fouls, normal stoppage. Consistency 1/80, available on a 1/50 though. That's a 70, he's not available either. Wow, you'd think this was a dream bout, nobody would want, you'd think everybody would be falling over themselves to want to referee this one. Next is Lou Filippo. Consistency 1/85, normal on fouls and stoppage, also available on a 1/50. That's a 1, so Lou Filippo is available. I'll take his notes for this one as ID Jester now joins us here at the MGM Grand. So bear with me just a second while here we go. Okay, so Lou Filippo. Type normal. Checks disqualifications on, he's normal, so he'll check on the 4th point deduction. You thought I was getting on tonight. Well, you thought right in this case, my friend. And we're starting it, you might have, I don't know how much of the intro you missed, but we're starting we're starting testing for a new project that I'm looking at potentially doing on the channel. We're adding it to my project rotation, what I call the wide world of sports. Where the short version is, okay, cornermen are actually in this bag. So the short version, while I'm getting the referees and the cornermen put back away, is it'll be a boxing tournament on Fridays, then racing on Saturday, and a golf tournament round 4 which is already coming up next week, if you can believe it. Another month of the year about to go by the wayside. And also, Jester, if you want to weigh in on what you think of having the scoreboard front and center, like I've got it here for my boxing streams, feel free to weigh in the chat. Another rule that I'm going to be playing with tonight for the first time is I'm going to play around with potentially throwing in the towel. I'm also going to play around with English lessons. So the way throwing in the towel works, it's called Wild World of Sports. It's actually called Wide World of Sports. I remember hearing something about it from ABC. I think it was like ABC's Wide World of Sports or something like that. So this is a project that I'm going to be playing around with and stress testing this weekend. Scoreboard looks good, like it up front. I think it'll work well having it up here for the boxing games, at least for Title Bout II. Of course, it'll be in the back for when I get into all of my other sports games. So the way the towel works, the way throwing in the towel works, is when there are 5 points before a TKO, once per bout per corner. The referee, you can have the corner basically try to throw the towel in, and you'll get a random number on that based on the rating. And there's a table that you can apply for on that. I'll show off the table here in just a second once I put the sheet down. So since we're using a normal referee, on a 1 he'd ignore the towel, and on a 1 to 18 the corner would await the round's end. 19 to 20, the cornerman crawls through the ropes, confronting the referee, and immediately disqualifies. Referee calls time, picks up the towel, and admonishes them, warning them that doing it again will result in a DQ. 5 to 18, ignore the towel and allow the fight to continue. 19 to 20, stop the bout and award a TKO. So we'll wait for the lights to come back up. So we're going to try our hand with throwing in the towel tonight. Anyway, I think now that we've got cornermen and referees, we're just about all set. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards that I was using to find the referee tonight back into the extra deck. As you can see, I've got 2 other decks. Let me grab my laser pointer. I've got 2 other decks up here just off shot. Those aren't the decks I'm using. I've got 1 deck that I'm using right in front of me down here, and then the one I'm shuffling right now, which were the numbers that I pulled from to get the referee and the cornermen. I'm actually going to put those. I'm actually going to bring the decks over to this side, on the right side that I'm looking at over here. Actually, yes, I will do that. I'm going to see if I can bring the charts and all my notes over here as well. Give that one more quick shuffle and a cut. And the second deck, the other 2 decks I've got are sleeved in blue. So we'll bring those up over here. We'll use clear for rounds. We'll basically alternate every 3 rounds. So 1 and 2 will use the 2 clear decks, 3 and 4 to blue, and so on for the rest of the bout. This will be a full 15-round bout as well. Let's bring the charts up over here. I'll bring the score sheet over here as well. Might as well bring the bell over here too. I think let's grab the remote as well. Now on that note, now we're all set. So, Pacquiao will be our aggressor. So, there's the bell, and let's start round 1. Pacquiao will start us off with control. I forgot to go through our fighters, but we won't worry about that now. Pacquiao was our aggressor. 12. Pacquiao will land a punch a little bit out of power range, but that'll work. 37. He will get us started with a 3-point cross. Pacquiao up to 3 points already. Pacquiao will lose control over to Mayweather, who is going to be... Actually, he's a boxer. So, yeah. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes, Mayweather will take control. 34, he's going to land a punch, and Mayweather will get on the board with a 12. That'll be a 2-point jab. So Mayweather on the board with 2 points. Mayweather stays in control. Mayweather will miss a punch, no counter punch. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao will take control. Pacquiao will land a power shot. Mayweather is a KD rating, where's his KD rating, of 1. So I need the KD rating. So a 1 against a 17. That could be good. Ooh, 5 points to Mayweather and full killer instinct. 5 points. Mayweather's killer instinct is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll get 8 cards for Mayweather, or for Pacquiao on killer instinct. Pacquiao will start us off with a missed punch. Mayweather can try to counterpunch. Actually, yes, Mayweather will try to counterpunch. which an 11 won't get it done, but an 11 will land him a punch. Mayweather will land a 3-point cross. Back over to Pacquiao, though. That'll be ring movement, and he'll take us over to the far corner, which will now give Pacquiao a +1 on trying to take control. Pacquiao continuing his killer instinct. 68 will be more ring movement, and that'll pull us right back to ring center. Actually, we'll do it like that. You're probably supposed to check for new ring movement during killer instinct. 38, Mayweather will miss a punch, no counter punch. And a 53 will be a clinch. So Pacquiao wasting his killer instinct. Mayweather actually doing more during that. Back over to Pacquiao, who will stay in control. 10 is just out of power shot range, but he will land a punch. A 14 is going to be a 2-point jab. Pacquiao with 10 points on the round. Pacquiao will stay in control. 58 is going to be a clinch. Back over to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will get back in control. 40 is going to be a missed punch. Mayweather will try to counterpunch, which a foul won't do. Back over to Pacquiao, who will stay in control. 11 is going to land a punch. 39 is going to be a 3-point cross. Pacquiao up to 13 points on the round. Pacquiao loses control. Mayweather can't take it. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will take control back. Special. Nothing special, just a pause in the action. Back over to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will take control back. 11 is going to land another punch. And a 9 will be a 2-point jab. Back over to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, yes, he'll be in control. 49, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao can try to counterpunch, which he'll go to the extra deck for that. 50, he will not. There's the bell to end round 1. Pacquiao getting onto that one. He will take actually 15 to 5. I just need to note 95 and 100 for Mayweather. Actually, we need to put it here. Okay, so that was 15 for Pacquiao. It's a 10-point difference. 5. So that'll be 90 endurance for Mayweather. Actually, 90 for both of them. And on a 10-point difference, Pacquiao will take the round 10-9. And since we didn't have too much funny business in that round, I can just shuffle the decks right up. And then we will reset the board. Take that to round 2. Just going to give the decks a quick shuffle. Oh, the endurance is set up for a 12-round fight. Well, I've never really had problems with the fighters going for with the 15-round fights and their endurance. I've never had a problem with that. But where is the... Well, in that case, I'll just do a 12-round fight since it's going to be a little bit quicker. Since it'll be quicker to do it that way than trying to adjust it now. We'll just do a 12-round fight. Besides, they'll probably need to be a little bit shorter anyway. They'll probably need to be a little bit shorter anyway for this Wide World of Sports project. So we'll just do a 12-round fight. We'll do it that way. That'll probably make my life easier, as Philip Reynolds now joins us here at the MGM Grand. Where's fight card? What do you mean? Where's fight card? We've only got the one fight tonight. We've got Manny Pacquiao against Money Mayweather. I think this is a dream match from. Why is 20? I don't remember when exactly the bout took place, but I know it did, and I remember 15 rounds were only for a championship fight with belts in contention. Okay, good to know. Admittedly, I'm a lot like you, Jester, where I'm not the biggest boxing fan in the world. Okay, we do actually need to check for any potential problems with the referee. Referee error table. I believe he's going to be, oh, wait. Consistency 1 to 85, so he's excellent. We'll use the extra deck to check that out. Get a random number. That's a 46, so no problems there. Fight card boxing is Powder Blue Sports. Okay, I will make a note to look into that, but let's see, fight card boxing. Admittedly, though, Philip, I'm probably not going to do too much with fight card boxing because I've already got Title Bout II and Glory Days boxing, and that handles most of my boxing needs already. So, since we're all set here at the Grand, let's sound the bell. There's the bell, and here's the start of round 2. Pacquiao will start us off as the aggressor once again. Pacquiao will not take control. Mayweather will take it. 32, he's going to land a punch, and Mayweather will land. 17 will be good for a 2-point jab, so Mayweather getting out on the board early here in round 2. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will not be able to take it. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. Mayweather will land a punch. 34, that'll be good for a 2-point hook. Mayweather back to it. He will stay in control. Foul, uh-oh. Wait, foul is a 52. 52 on a B fighter. 52, keep it above the waist. So, Filippo telling him to keep it above the waist. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao will take control. 13, he will land a punch. And 51 with a cut chance. 51 is good for a 3-point combination. So now we'll check for a possible cut for Pacquiao. Or not for Pacquiao, for Mayweather. Mayweather is a 1 plus. A 1 is a 2. That'll be no cut. Back over to Pacquiao we go. He will stay in control. 54, he will clinch. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. 16, he will land a punch. And Pacquiao will pick up 70 and another cut chance. That'll be a 3-point uppercut. We'll see if Mayweather cuts this time. 50 plus 1 is 51. Minor cut under the left eye. So, minor cut under left eye, plus 1 cut rating. All right, that'll bring us back to Pacquiao, who will lose control. Mayweather can't take it. Pacquiao will take control back. 23, Pacquiao will land a punch. 74 will be good for a 2-point uppercut. Pacquiao starting to take over a little bit. Pacquiao stays in control. 39, he's going to miss a punch, no counter punch. Pacquiao will stay in control. 55, that'll be a clinch. Back over to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will take control. 10 is just out of power shot range, but that'll be good for a punch. 6 will be a 2-point jab. Pacquiao will lose control. Mayweather can't take it. Pacquiao will take control back. 44, that'll be a missed punch. Mayweather will try to counter punch. 72 won't get it done. Pacquiao will lose control. Mayweather, yes. Mayweather. 15 will land a punch. Mayweather will land a 1-point partially blocked, but there's the bell to end the round. A little bit more evenly contested this time, but Pacquiao definitely in control of that one. So on a 5-point difference, we do have to go to the judges. So let's see what the judges have to say on that one. They're scoring that even high. So Pacquiao will take that fight 10-9 for judges 2 and 3. 1 is scoring it even. And Philip says his baseline basketball came in yesterday. Nice. Well, glad you're happy with that. I've never been a big fan of basketball, admittedly. So we'll give the first set of action decks a shuffle. We'll reset the scoreboard. Has an endurance rating with number used for a 12-round fight, which represents endurance at peak efficiency. Okay. So 15 probably is going to take like a 25% increase to the endurance. Divide the number by 10 to arrive at the average endurance per round. And then essentially you would add, so probably if you're going for a, so basically you probably multiply that by the number of rounds to get the final endurance if I had to take a wild guess on where that's going. Multiply by 2 and subtract it from the endurance. All right, that's probably in the rule book somewhere. I'd be willing to bet. But I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now. We're just gonna do a 12-round fight instead. Then we'll bring the blue decks down. Rulebook page 22. Okay, right. All right, I'll keep that in mind for... I'll go ahead and mark that. Even though we're not doing anything with it tonight, we're just going to do a 12-round... We're just going to do a 12-round fight tonight. Anywho, we'll bring the blue decks, get them ready. Reset the scoreboard for round 3. See if there's a problem with the referee this round. 28, there will be no problem this round. So round 3, Pacquiao remains our aggressor. And there's the bell. And let's start round 3. Pacquiao will start us off with control. One is Pacquiao is going to land a power shot right off the bat. Mayweather is a 1 against a 10. 1 against a 10 is going to be 5 points to Pacquiao right out of the gate. Pacquiao rocking Mayweather on that one. Pacquiao stays in control. 40, he's going to miss a punch. Mayweather will try to counter punch, which a 17 will do. Mayweather will get on the board with a 1 point partially blocked. Mayweather will have the next control check. He will stay in control. 65, that's going to be ring movement, and Mayweather will move us to the far ropes. So a +1 for Mayweather, trying to take control. Even without the +1, he's got it. 36, he's going to miss a punch, no counter punch. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. 6, Mayweather's going to land a power shot of his own. Pacquiao is a 4 against a 20. Uh-oh. That's a problem. 4 against a 20. Ooh, that's a knockdown. Mayweather managing to knock Pacquiao down, but we've got to get a knockout rating. Check for a knockout. So Pacquiao is a 3 against a 16. 3 against 16? No. But Mayweather will bring it back to the center of the ring, because Mayweather is going to have his own run at Killer Instinct. He's got 7 cards on Killer Instinct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mayweather getting us started on Killer Instinct as he's taking over this round. 8 is going to stay, actually 21 is going to land a punch. He will land a 1 point partially blocked. Mayweather missing a power shot, but he'll land a punch. 64 will be a 2 point combination. Mayweather taking the lead in this round. Mayweather 75, that's ring movement. We're moving back to the far ropes, if I can ever keep my action figures straight. Then a 13, Mayweather will land a punch, and he will land 10, which is going to be a 2 point jab. Mayweather in control of the round so far. Mayweather with a +1 on his control check. Even with it, he can't take it. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. 45, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao can try to counter punch. Pacquiao will not counterpunch with a 54. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, yes. Foul. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. 49. Pacquiao is a C against a 49. And Pacquiao, and once again, Filippo says keep it above the waist. Pacquiao stays in control. 10. Well, Pacquiao will just miss a power shot, but a 63 will be good for a 2-point combination for Pacquiao. Pacquiao with it. No control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will get control. Pacquiao will land a power shot. Mayweather, a 1 against a 5. 1 against a 5. That'll be 4 points to Mayweather, or to Pacquiao. He needed that. Pacquiao back with the control check. He will stay in control. 31, he's going to land a punch just barely. And Pacquiao, a 26. That'll be good for a 2-point hook. So Pacquiao taking the lead here late in the round. Pacquiao will stay in control. 43, he'll miss a punch. Mayweather will try to counterpunch. A 30 will land a punch. And a 7, that'll be a 2-point jab. There's the bell to end round 3. Mayweather taking his first round of the bout, but we've got a... hold on. That was 85. And another 80, so 67 and 71. So with a 1-point differential, we've got to see how the judges score this one. Judges are going even low, so they're giving it to Pacquiao again. Mayweather not able to catch a break in this one. We'll give the decks a quick shuffle. So while we're shuffling, Philip, I'll also give you the quick spiel on what we're doing here. So I'm starting some testing this weekend for a new project that I'm calling The Wide World of Sports. And that's Wide World of Sports, not Wild World of Sports. So basically what this will be is it'll be something that I might add to the project rotation for all my sports projects, where Friday would be a boxing bout, either boxing or wrestling potentially, depending on what ends up winning, what ends up coming out of these project selection show, or what I decide to use. So it'll be a boxing tournament, or maybe a few months of a wrestling promotion, then a race on Saturday, and finally round 4 of a golf tournament in History Maker Golf on Sunday. The racing game, as you can probably guess, would be Red, White, and Blue Racing by Play Games, and then the golf game would be History Maker Golf, also by Play Games, both of which are going to be on the channel this weekend. As, like I said, I'm going to be doing a wide world of sports testing this weekend, along with putting another pair of big football engines through the stress testing that I've been doing with some of these engines. We'll be using our new modified quarter lengths. I'm going to be putting season ticket football and APA football both through their stress testing. I'm thinking season ticket football on Saturday, APA football on Sunday. And the stress test there, coming out of second season football, I'm going to be testing out using 10-minute quarters instead of the full 15. No ASG or APA golf. I do like those games, Jester, but the problem is, for a project like I've got in mind with this wide world of sports, I'd rather have it be more of a tournament focus, whereas those are too shot by shot for what I'm going for here. What I'm going for with this wide world of sports is more of a tournament focus. Those come out when I'm in the mood for a more thinky game of golf. So those are going to hit the channel again at some point. I just got to find time to get them in. But they're not going to be part of the Wide World of Sports project, is my plan anyway. Alright, That's all set to go. We'll reset the scoreboard. Come on. Oop, there we go. I'm going to take a quick drink of my Crystal Light. Then we'll see if the referee is going to have any problems this round. Let's get the right chart. He's, of course, excellent. 76. Ooh. Calls a flash knockdown a slip. So that's going to be on the first knockdown that we get in the round. So, hopefully we'll get a lot of those so we clear that. But there's the bell to start round 4. Pacquiao will start us off once again. He will start us off with control. 14, he will land a punch right off the bat. And a 29, once I bring the remote back over, 29 is going to be a 2-point hook. Pacquiao getting on the board early. Pacquiao, back over to it. He's no control. We got to bring everybody back to ring center, by the way. Mayweather will take control. 16, Mayweather will land a punch. He'll get on the board with a 52. That'll be a 3-point combination. Mayweather, 3-2. Mayweather stays in control. 70, that's going to be ring movement. Mayweather will leave us at ring center. Mayweather with it now. He will not take control. He'll lose control. Pacquiao can't take it. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao, 57, he will clinch. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather takes it. 47, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao can try to counter punch, which a 64 won't do. Back over to Mayweather we go, who will stay in control. An 18, Mayweather will land a punch. 69, he'll land a 3-point uppercut. Mayweather with it, no control there. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. We were about to get to the dancing portion of the round, but Mayweather will take control. Foul, uh-oh. Mayweather's a B against a 32. That should be no foul. Yep, no foul. Waved off. Mayweather with it. Mayweather will stay in control. 78, that'll be ring movement. And we'll stay at ring center. Mayweather stays in control. This has been all Mayweather so far, but he'll clinch. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. Mayweather will take control. Special. Fighters exchange punches. If HP after PL is equal, both scores 2 points. If not, if hit power is equal. Okay. So both score 2 points. If not, fighter with the higher hit power scores 3 points, and opponent scores 2. So Pacquiao will score 3. Mayweather will score 2. Mayweather will stay in control, except he won't. Pacquiao will take it. 55, that'll be a clinch. Pacquiao stays in control. 27, he's going to land a punch. And an 18 will be a 2-point jab. That was needed by Pacquiao. Pacquiao will stay in control. Foul on Pacquiao. He's a C against a 4, or against a 56, actually. C against a 56. Keep it clean. Filippo says to keep it clean. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take control, but there's the bell to end the round. Pacquiao with a late flurry there to get on to pull it relatively close to the point where we will have to go to the judges. So 63 for Pacquiao and 61 for Mayweather. We'll check to see what the judges have to say about this one. They're going low, high, high. So Mayweather will take that round. And we'll get set for round 5. We'll be bringing the clear decks back in. The decks that are sleeved in clear, I should say. I'm just going to give these a quick shuffle. Okay. Thankfully, no problems with knockdowns that round. And let's get it to round 5. There we are. Okay. Come on. These decks were not wanting to continue shuffling for me. We have not gotten anywhere close to any kind of TKO here. In case you're, or where we need to throw in the towel rule. Okay. So let's see if there are going to be any problems this round. 26 says no. We'll bring our control indicator over to Mayweather. There's the bell. Mayweather will start us off in round 5 with control. 56, that'll be a clinch right off the bat, though. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. Mayweather will take control. 11 is going to land a punch. Mayweather will pick up 50. That'll be a 2-point cross. And we've got a cut chance. Pacquiao is a 4 plus a 0, essentially is a 4, so no problem there. Back over to Mayweather, who will stay in control. 5, Mayweather is going to land a power shot. Pacquiao is a 4 against a 20. Uh-oh. 4 against a 20. That's going to be a knockdown. 6 points for Mayweather. We got to check his knockout rating. Pacquiao is a 3 against a 2. No, that won't be a knockdown, but that will be killer instinct for Mayweather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mayweather trying to get something going here in round 5. Mayweather will start us off landing a punch. 57 will be a 3-point combination. Mayweather will miss a punch. Pacquiao can try to counter punch, which a 42 won't do. Back to Mayweather. 12 is going to land a punch. 46 is good for a 2-point cross. This round is all Mayweather so far. Special, which doesn't get checked during Killer Instinct. So back over to Mayweather we go. 12 is no control. Pacquiao will take control. He needs to get something going. 38, missed punch, no counter punch. Just a little bit too high. Pacquiao will stay in control. 35, he'll miss a punch, no counter punch. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take it back. 77 is going to be ring movement for Mayweather. We will stay at ring center. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will take it. 67, Pacquiao with ring movement, staying at ring center. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes, on control. 10 just misses a power shot, but that'll be another punch. 39 is a 3-point cross. This round is all Mayweather so far. Mayweather will stay in control. 9, ooh, just misses a power shot, though. A 30 is going to be a 2-point hook with a possible cut chance. Pacquiao is a 4 plus 27, 31. That's no cut. Back over to Mayweather we go, who loses control. Pacquiao takes it. 11 is going to land a punch. Pacquiao will pick up some much-needed points. That'll be a 3-point combination. This round has been all Mayweather. Pacquiao will stay in control. 8 is going to land a power shot, though. Mayweather's a 1 against a 5. That'll be 4 points. That'll be enough to get Mayweather's attention, but probably not much else. Pacquiao stays in control. 10 is going to be another punch, just misses power shot. 58 will be a 2-point combination. Pacquiao would stay in control, but there's the bell to end round 5. Looked like it was going to be all Mayweather for that one. And I believe on a 9-point differential, yep, Mayweather will take the round 10-9. So Mayweather will stay as our aggressor to start round 6. We'll be at the halfway point here. Let's see, 18 from that is 45, yes, and 52. The original idea I had for the boxing part of this Wide World of Sports project is I would have done an 8, 12, and 15 round bout. I would have done a full card of 8, 12, and 15 round bouts, but even looking at a 12 round bout, that would have been way too big an ask. And actually, this fight, from what I've heard, this fight has probably been more entertaining than their actual fight. I heard a lot of bad things about the actual Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. I don't know if either of you guys were watching that one live whenever it actually happened, but heard a lot of suspect things about it. Hopefully everybody who's stopping by tonight is enjoying a little Friday fight night here on the channel. We'll see if there are any problems with the referees here, with the referee in this one. Where's that chart? Here we are. 27, no problems. So, there's the bell to start round 6. Mayweather is our aggressor. He will start us off with control. 59, that'll be a clinch. Don't watch live fights, watch the highlights. That's fair. Mayweather will stay in control. Foul on Mayweather. He's a B against a 41. That'll probably get waved off, though. B against a 41 will get waved off. No foul. Back over to Mayweather, who will stay in control. Not a big boxing fan, just enough to know a few things. That's fair. Mayweather will miss a punch. Pacquiao will try to counterpunch, which a foul won't do. Back to Mayweather we go. No control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. We are about to be into the dancing portion again. 16, Mayweather will land the first punch of the round. 60 will be a 2-point combination. Mayweather on the board with 2 points. He will lose control. Pacquiao will not take it. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. 39, that'll be a missed punch. Too high for a counter punch, though. Back to Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will take control. 15, Pacquiao will land his first punch of the round. 65 will be a 2-point combination of his own. Pacquiao will lose control. Mayweather will take it. 71, that'll be ring movement. Mayweather will bring us to the far ropes. +1 on Mayweather's control check here. Even without it, he's got control easily. And 11, that'll be a landed punch for Mayweather. 1 point, partially blocked. I'm going to be taking a drink after this round, it sounds like. Mayweather will stay in control. 78 is ring movement, so that'll bring us back to ring center. Mayweather still in charge of the action. He will stay in control. Foul on Mayweather. He's a B against a 10. That'll get waved off. I'm not even going to bother looking. Mayweather will stay in control. 50, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao can try to counterpunch, which a 54 won't do. Back to Mayweather, who will stay in control. Mayweather with more ring movement. He will move us to the near ropes. Mayweather with Pacquiao up against the near ropes. Mayweather will stay in control. 25, he'll land a punch. 15 will be good for a 2-point jab. Mayweather in the lead here. Mayweather stays in control. 17, he will land a punch. He'll get the punch. 35 will be a 2-point hook. There's the bell to end round 6. 7 points for Mayweather to 2 to Pacquiao. So 38 and 50. We'll see how the judges score that on a 5-point difference. They're going even high, so they're giving that one to that round to Mayweather. And then we will get set for round 7 in this fight. We'll remember to bring everybody back to ring center, and Mayweather will be our aggressor to start round 7. Philip, if you're still around, I know Jester likes having the scoreboard in front for Title Bout II at the very least. What do you think of having the scoreboard right here? It usually goes to the back for a lot of the other sports stuff I get up to. But I wanted to see what you guys think of having the scoreboard front and center. I don't know if you think it's distracting or what other opinions you might have of having the scoreboard right here, or right in the front and center like I do. Mayweather, though, seems to be slowly taking over the fight here. I'm just getting the blue decks a shuffle. Oop. Alright, getting things ready here for round 7. Okay. Give this one more quick shuffle. And a cut. And we're just about set for round 7. Let's see if we have any referee problems this round. 57 says no. There's the bell to start round 7. Mayweather is our aggressor. He will start us off with no control. Over to Pacquiao, who will take control. 73, that'll be ring movement for Pacquiao. We'll stay at ring center. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take it. 48, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao can try to counter punch. 31 will land a punch. And the 9 will be a 2-point jab. So Pacquiao getting on the board first. Pacquiao with it. 16, no control. Mayweather will take it. 69, that'll be ring movement. Mayweather will leave us at ring center. Mayweather stays in control. 33, he will land a punch. And actually, no, he won't because of... Actually, yes, he will. I was looking at Pacquiao's defense, but he will land a punch. A 1-point partially blocked, though, as Pacquiao gets a hand in front of most of that. Mayweather will take control. 24, he'll land another punch. Mayweather, another 1-point partially blocked, so slowly tying the round with 2 blocked shots. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will take it. 79, that'll be ring movement all day long. We'll stay at ring center, though. Back to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Crowd getting restless. Pacquiao takes control. 53, that'll be a clinch, though. Back to a restless crowd. Pacquiao will stay in control. 36, he will miss a punch. No counter punch. Back to Pacquiao, who stays in control. 37, he's going to miss a punch. No counter punch. Back to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will land a punch. 50 and a possible cut. 50 is a 2-point cross. Mayweather is adding 2 to his cut, 1 for his base, 1 because of the cut he suffered earlier in the bout. But a 10 will be no cut. I'm not going to bother looking that up. Pacquiao will stay in control. Foul on Pacquiao. He's a C against a 32. C against the 32 should be no foul, right? Yes. C against the 32 is no foul. Pacquiao will stay in control. 75, that'll be ring movement. Will stay at ring center. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao, 19, he will land a punch. And 25 will be a 3-point hook. There's the bell to end round 7. 7 points for Pacquiao, 2 for Mayweather. And I believe on a 5-point difference, yep, we have to go to the judges. The judges are going low, low, high. So a bad break for Pacquiao as Mayweather takes the round once again. Mayweather catching a lucky break on the judges' scorecards as we're getting set for round 8. See, it felt like I had a couple of my card sleeves get stuck. So a good round for Pacquiao, but a bad break on the judges' scorecards gives it to Mayweather. All right, we'll see if we have any problems with the referee in this round. We will not. So with that all being said, there's the bell to start round 8. Mayweather will start us off as being the aggressor. He will start us off with control. 58, that'll be a clinch. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will not be able to take it. Mayweather will get control back. 29, Mayweather will land a punch. And 29 will be a 2-point hook. Mayweather getting on the board early here in round 8. No control for Mayweather. Pacquiao will take it. 39, he will miss a punch. Mayweather will try to counterpunch, which a 64 won't do. Back to Pacquiao, who will stay in control. 51, that'll be a clinch. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather can't take it. Pacquiao will take control. Foul. Pacquiao's a C against a 68. That could be a problem. C68 issues a stern warning for actually using an arm to push his opponent's head down. So I'm going to make a note on that. That is round 8. First warning. Pushing the head down. Bring the pen back over. That'll be back over to Pacquiao momentarily. Pacquiao will lose control. Mayweather will take it. 11 is going to land a punch. Mayweather will get on the board. Will continue with control of the round with a 2-point uppercut. Mayweather will stay in control. 23 is going to land another punch. 69 will be good for a 3-point uppercut. Back to Mayweather. No control. Pacquiao will take it. 11 will land a punch. 20 with a cut chance. 20 is a 3-point hook. Checking for Mayweather's cut chance. 2 plus a 5 is a 7. That'll be no cut. Pacquiao stays in control. Pacquiao will land a power shot. Mayweather's a 1 against a 5. That'll be a 4-pointer, enough to get Mayweather's attention and tie the round. Pacquiao tying the round at 7. He's still got the next control check, but he won't take control. Mayweather can't take it either. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. Mayweather will be in control. 46, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao can try to counterpunch. 66 won't get it done, though. Mayweather will stay in control. 68, that'll be ring movement. Mayweather will leave us at ring center. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. Foul on Mayweather. He's a B against a 78. Uh-oh. That's trouble. B against a 78. Mayweather loses a point for hitting on the break. Ouch. So, referee tried to break it up. Mayweather took a cheap shot. Mayweather will stay in control. 2, he's going to land a power shot. Pacquiao, a 4 against a 19. Ooh, another knockdown for Mayweather. We got to see if we got a knockout here. Pacquiao's a 3 against a 3. No, that won't be a knockdown, but Mayweather will get full killer instinct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to remember that these last 5 cards are coming off the second deck. Mayweather moving back to the center of the ring for killer instinct. An 11 is going to land a punch. 6 will be a 2-point jab. 41 is going to be a missed punch. No counterpunch for Pacquiao. Foul. I don't check those during killer instinct. 37 is a missed punch. No counterpunch. 42 is a missed punch. That is high enough for a counterpunch for Pacquiao, but a 43 won't get it done. There's the bell to end round 8. Mayweather with a killer instinct burst toward the end of the round. He will take the he would take the round 10-9. Actually, I put those in the wrong place. So on an 8-point differential, Mayweather would take the round 10-9, but because he lost a point for hitting on the break, that's actually going to be a tie or a draw on the round. So Mayweather taking a cheap shot on the break actually helps Pacquiao out a bit on this one, but we're going to be getting set for round 9 here momentarily. So I'm curious also on what you guys think of the idea behind the Wide World of Sports project. If it's something you guys think you'd follow, were it to come up during a for a season, whether I executive pick it, which is probably not likely because there's a long list of seasons I would probably be replaying before I come to a Wide World of Sports project for an executive pick, or if it comes up during a season selection show. Let me know if this idea of Friday night boxing with a tournament into Saturday racing and Sunday golf is something you guys would find interesting. While we get things ready for round 9. If each of these, fighting, racing, and golf, had a purpose, it would be super cool. Admittedly, that's the one thing that I'd probably be struggling with, because a lot of these I think would be probably, well, the boxing tournament would probably be for bragging rights. Actually, a lot of these would probably be for fighting. Is it random fights or a best of tournament? Well, that's the interesting question. A boxing tournament would probably be like a best of tournament, so like a welterweight tournament or something like that. Whereas if I go with top 10 random fighters, yeah, that's the thing I'd have to sit down and think about, because I'm hesitant about doing leagues, whether it's boxing or potentially wrestling. If I decide to pursue that idea, I might toss some of my wrestling games in there as well. The problem with doing a league, the problem with doing like a wrestling or a boxing league, is in order to be able to do it right, and I know I'd want to do it right, I'd have to give it a lot of attention. Which for a boxing league and with the other replays in there, that might be hard to do. But I was thinking earlier today about what a wrestling promotion on the channel would look like. And I was thinking, okay, maybe if we do a wrestling promotion, maybe we do, say, Friday Night TV or something like that, and then a big pay-per-view on Sunday. That's a possibility. That might be something. If I didn't have the rest of the replays, actually, you know what I could do? Now that I think about it, if I make the blocks a little bit bigger on the replays, then I could potentially still go with the wrestling. I could still go with at least a wrestling league idea, where I do my weekly TV, and then lead into the pay-per-views. So that could work, but that would require me on a baseball and hockey at least. When I did 1991, I was doing a feature game per 5 days of baseball, because I was only playing when I did 1991. For racing, I'm thinking that would be like a season schedule. I'd set up a schedule of however many races that is. So it would be like 16 to 20. Say like the first 12 races or whatever would be to determine seedings based on a point system, and then in the last 4 races, it's mostly a focus. I mean, there's still a full field of racing, but it would be like the last 4 races would be the however many top drivers going for the championship. I'd have to figure out how NASCAR does their point system to pursue that. Golf would probably be like a money system with the weekly tournaments. So you'd have your 4 majors, like the Masters, the U.S. Open, the PGA, whatever the PGA Championship equivalent is, and another big tournament like the British Open or something like that. So there'd be weekly tournaments, and then the majors would be bigger money tournaments. At least that's this project. This idea for Wide World of Sports is in very early stages. I haven't even gotten that far yet in terms of what would they be fighting for. This is kind of stress testing. This initial testing is just stress testing to see if logistically I could do it on the channel with the time frame. So looking at round 9, let's come back to the MGM Grand. See if we're going to have any problems with the referee this round. 43 says no, so there's the bell. Mayweather starting us off as the aggressor this round. He is starting off with control. 62 will be ring movement. And we're going over to the far corner. Mayweather now with a +1 in his control checks. So Mayweather will stay in control. A 31, he'll land a punch. And a 26 will be a 3-point hook. Mayweather on the board first. Mayweather loses control. Pacquiao will take it. And a 14 is going to be a landed punch. Pacquiao will get on the board with a 2-point combination. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take it. 12 is going to land another punch. 53 will be a 3-point combination for Mayweather. Mayweather back with it. He will stay in control. 37 is going to be a missed punch, no counter punch. Back to Mayweather, who will stay in control. 35 will be a missed punch, no counter punch. Mayweather will stay in control again. 12 is going to land another punch. And a 52 will be another 3-point combination. Mayweather in control of this one. Mayweather stays in control. 8, that'll be a power shot for against Pacquiao. Pacquiao is a 4 against a 20. Uh-oh. That should be another knockdown. Yep, that'll be another knockdown. 6 points for Mayweather. Let's see if we got a knockout here. Pacquiao is a 3 against a 12. No, that won't be a knockout, but that will be killer instinct for Mayweather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mayweather gets a full look at killer instinct here. 47 is going to be a missed punch. Pacquiao will try to counterpunch, which a 48 won't do. Back to Mayweather we go. That'll be another power shot. Pacquiao still a 4 against a 17. 4 against a 17. Ooh, that's going to be trouble. 6 points and a knockdown. So that is 2 knockdowns for Mayweather. We are not going to worry about the... Actually, we are going to worry about that. So we'll have to see on a control factor. That'll be a 7, so no killer instinct. But back over to Mayweather we go. Another power shot by Mayweather. Oh boy. Oh, actually, we use this deck. 4 against a 13. 4 against a 13, that's another 5 points. This could be over quick here. Last card for Mayweather, 46, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao will try to counterpunch. 77 won't get it done, so we're back to Mayweather. No control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, ooh, he lands it. He's in control. What can Mayweather do here? 67, that's ring movement. We are moving, staying at ring center. Back to Mayweather, who stays in control. 38 is going to miss a punch, no counter punch. Mayweather will stay in control. Special, nothing special, pause in the action. Back to Mayweather, who loses control. Pacquiao takes control. He needs that. 10 will land a punch. Pacquiao, 30 and a possible cut chance. That is a 2-point hook. Mayweather with a 2 plus a 10, 12, no cut. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. And 11 is going to be a punch. Pacquiao with a 64. That'll be a 2-point combination and a possible cut chance. So Mayweather's a 2 plus a 3 is a 5. That'll be no cut. There's the bell to end the round. Wow. That one was all money Mayweather. Pacquiao with 10 endurance. Mayweather has 37 left on a 20-point. And with 2 knockdowns in the round, high score wins 10-8. So Mayweather will take that round 10-8. And we'll get set for round 10. And the as far as what engines I'd use as well for the project, boxing would be determined as part of the season selection show, or the project selection show I should be calling it. Racing would be red, white. Well, racing could either be red, white, and blue racing or heat pedal to the metal theoretically. But I'm leaning more toward red, white, and blue racing. As for... Oh, I've been forgetting about checking for knockdown recovery. We've had so few knockdowns in this bout. I just totally spaced on it. So once we get the decks all set up, we will check for recovery for Pacquiao. As he had 2 knockdowns, there will be some problems there, I'm sure. Now I got to double check how to check on knockdown recovery. A lot of these fights usually end These fights have tended to end lightning quick in the past for me, and I haven't had many knockdowns. So 30, not 36. Oh, here we go. Page 18. Between rounds, obtain an RN, 2 or more knockdowns. Okay, adds, when a carryover adds +1 to KD1. Well, first we'll check if there was a carryover for Pacquiao. Carryover, actually that was a, oh, so that's probably what the KDC is for. Makes sense. So no, I haven't been checking that. I'm not going to worry about that now. Look at condition factor at the end of page 21. Can take a terrific pounding. Scores 25, he's got to make a conditions check. Right. It's been a while since I played Title Bout II, in case you couldn't tell. So, conditions table, here we go. Alright, Pacquiao's knockout rating is a 3, so we'll check on that first. Let's see, for a 3 on a 77, uh-oh. -1 control factor, reduced defense by 2, so his defense is down to a... is up to a 4, actually. So we also... okay. So this is round 10 that we're going into. Manny Pacquiao, -1 control factor, -2 defense for round 10. And we'll check for referee problems. I do appreciate the help with some of these games, especially when I'm rusty on them. So we'll check for referee problems. 60 says there'll be no problems. On that note, there's the bell to start round 10. Mayweather is our aggressor to start the round. Mayweather will start us off with control. 22, he'll land a punch to get us started. And 10 will be a 2-point jab. 24 points, and Mayweather wins this one on a TKO. Mayweather will stay in control. 29, he'll land another punch. And that'll be a 68. That'll be good for a 2-point combination. Mayweather getting control of this round early. Mayweather will lose control, though. Pacquiao will take it. Just barely. That is a power shot, though. Mayweather a 1 against a 1. That'll be a 4-pointer. That'll get Mayweather's attention, but not much else. And just like that, we are tied at 4. Back to Pacquiao, who will lose control. Mayweather will not take it. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Crowd was getting restless. 50 will be a clinch. Back over to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. 57 will be another clinch. Back to Pacquiao, who stays in control. 13 will land a punch. 71 will be a 2-point uppercut. Pacquiao in the lead, 6-4. Over to Pacquiao, who will lose control. Mayweather will not take it. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. Foul. Pacquiao, C against a 23. That should be no foul, I'm pretty certain. C23, yep, no foul. Back to Pacquiao, who will stay in control. 10 is going to be landing a punch just out of power shot range. 19 is a 3-point hook. Back over to Pacquiao. 4, he will stay in control. 72 is ring movement. We're staying at ring center. Back to Pacquiao, who will stay in control. 26, he'll land a punch. And a 15 will be a 2-point jab. Pacquiao in control of this round so far. He'll stay that way. 69 will be ring movement, We are staying at ring center. Back to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take control. 32, he will land a punch, much needed. And a 43 will be a 2-point cross. Mayweather needs to close the gap here. Staying in control will help. 15 will land a punch. 36 will be a 2-point hook. There's the bell to end the round. Pacquiao needed that round. As such, he will still be fresh with some endurance going into round 10. Checking the judges. High, low, even. So that'll be a draw. Let's see. So 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 10. As we will get set for round 11. What do the numbers mean? Which numbers are you talking about, Philip? Oh, you're probably talking about the numbers on the scoreboard. That's how much damage they're doing to each other, which I then subtract from the endurance left going into the round. So this is how much damage Pacquiao's done to Mayweather. This is how much damage Mayweather's done to Pacquiao, and this is the round number. So we're getting set for round 11. And actually, I just realized, red corner, blue corner, so it all works out. There are customizable settings on this game board, but I've always used red and blue pretty much ever since I've had this scoreboard. And thankfully that round, no knockdowns to worry about. But the -1, let's see, I think the -1 defense, the -1 control factor, and -2 defense were both for the round. Yeah, I think that was just for the round. Thought I did the red and blue on purpose. Well, actually, I don't remember what the default setting was on the scoreboard, but I think that's what I ended up settling on. Was red and blue like that. I could easily reverse it. I'm sure I've got the instruction manual for it over here somewhere, but I kind of like the setup I've got now on the scoreboard. Let's see, because of the draw essentially in the round, Mayweather will be the aggressor to start round 11. We will be using the blue decks for the last 2 rounds of the fight. Coming into round 11, Pacquiao's got 2 endurance left. Mayweather's got 26, so I suspect we'll be seeing... I need a double scoreboard so I can show off damage done and endurance remaining. That actually wouldn't be a terrible idea, but I don't know if they make double scoreboards like that. Plus it's something I'd only use for boxing anyway. Actually, you know what? Hold on, I've got something that might work. I'll be right back. Once I finish shuffling this deck, I'm gonna go grab one of my old scoreboards. We'll see if we can set this up. We'll see if we can use that to show off the endurance. So let me finish shuffling this real quick, and then I will be right back. I'll let you guys weigh in on this, but just looking at the layout here, I absolutely hate it. Because what I did was I actually went and grabbed my original scoreboard that I was using most of the way through my 1985 season replay. But looking at it here, I hate having that, especially with needing to have the ring here to help me out with theater of the mind. So I'm visualizing how everything, because I suck at theater of the mind, so I've got to make sure I can see how everything's laid out. And also, I think I managed to make this crooked somehow, whether I jarred the camera or something like that. But yeah, just looking at this, I really don't like having this extra scoreboard back here because you guys can't see it at all from the ropes. So I think I'll let you guys have a minute to weigh in on this, but I have a feeling looking at this, need to move it to the left side. So if I do, let's see, so what if I do it like that? Yeah, actually getting it out of the way like that seems like it's working. It seems like it'll work. The only thing I don't know if I like is there's a glare on this. There's a glare on the left side. So there's a glare over here, probably from my big floor light. But I don't know if there's much I can do about that. So the only problem I might run into on that, using that board for endurance, is there are fighters in Title Bout II. You know this as well as I do, Jester, that have got over 100 endurance. So that might be a little bit harder to do. Plus, I don't want to invest in a scoreboard that I'm only going to use for one sport, especially one as marginal as boxing. If I was going to use it, like this scoreboard down here, the digital one, I had no problem investing in that because I knew I was going to use that in multiple sports. But I don't want to invest in something I'm going to use just in boxing and nowhere else. That's my hesitation. I mean, I could probably grab a scoreboard on my iPad or something. That actually might be a better idea, but I'm rambling at this point. What say I stop talking about logistics of setting this up? I mean, I'm doing a little bit of brainstorming, but I'm also kind of rambling at this point, so I start on 20 and count down. Okay, yeah, that could work. So started on 20, count down from 100. Maybe I'll need like a mark of some kind, like say if they have 100 plus endurance, I put a marker of some kind down there, and then when they cross that, I take that away and then I start counting down. That's something that might help me for visual representation, because I'm not exactly the best in the world at theater of the mind. That's part of why I invested in this wrestling ring for boxing to begin with. But I'm rambling again. Let's jump into round 11 because we've got 2 more rounds of action to go. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Friday Fight Night, and I do welcome more brainstorming, especially if I think there's a chance this Wide World of Sports project could actually hit the channel. But let's see if we're going to have problems with the referee this round. 11 says not a chance in the world, so there's the bell to start round 11. Mayweather's our aggressor. He will start us off with no control. Pacquiao will take it. 52, that'll be a clinch. Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take it. 24, he'll land a punch. Mayweather will get us on the board first. 14, that'll be a 2-point jab over to Mayweather. Mayweather will stay in control. 13 will land another punch. 25 will be a 3-point hook. Mayweather with 5 points in the round. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will take it. 10 is going to just miss a power shot, but that'll land a punch. 46 for Pacquiao will be a 2-point cross. Pacquiao on the board. Pacquiao with it now. 11, he will lose control. Mayweather will take it. 22, he'll land a punch. 75 will be a 2-point uppercut. 7 points for Mayweather. Mayweather with it, stays in control. 54, that'll be a clinch. Back to Mayweather, who will stay in control. Foul on Mayweather. He's a B against a 43. B against a 43 is keep it above the waist. Back to Mayweather, who stays in control. 17 will be a landed punch. 42 will be a 2-point cross. 9 points to Mayweather. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will take it. Foul on Pacquiao. C against a 76. Uh-oh. C against a 76. Pacquiao loses the point for an elbow. So round 11. Uh-oh. Actually, I think I took the point in round 10 away from... Or that was round... Oh, no, never mind. -1 point. Okay, never mind. I panicked a second. We're fine. Back over to Pacquiao we go, though. 14, he will lose control. Mayweather with an 8 will take it. 50, that'll be a missed punch. Pacquiao will try to counterpunch. 65 won't do it. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Fighters are starting to tire out a little bit. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will miss a punch. Mayweather will try to counterpunch. 21, he will counterpunch. 63 will be a 2-point combination. Mayweather will lose control. Pacquiao will take it. 25, Pacquiao will land a punch. 30 will be a 2-point hook. Back over to Pacquiao, who will lose control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, yes. 49 will be a missed punch. Mayweather can try to counterpunch, which a 12 will counterpunch. 4 will be a 2-point jab. There's the bell for the end of round 11. Let's see, 4 points for Pacquiao, 13 for Mayweather. Pacquiao will now be fatigued heading into the... Hold on, actually, I think Pacquiao is fatigued already, but I'm going to call him being fatigued now. So yeah, he would have been fatigued. I'm not going to go back and redo the round, though. Let's see, on a 9-point differential, Mayweather will take the round 10-8, because Pacquiao lost a point for elbowing. Actually, that was going to be 10-9, but since Pacquiao lost the point for elbowing, Mayweather will take the round 10-8, and we are going to get set for the 12th and final round of this bout. Let's see. Mayweather should be at 11. Should be at 11 stamina. Come on. Damn it. Hang on. Come here, you. There we go. Maybe scoot that a little bit closer to the ring. Okay. There we go. That looks good. Okay, cool. It's not too distracting having the two scoreboards up, though, is it, Jester? I guess that's the one thing I'm kind of worried about, is having all this stuff on the screen. Your eyes probably aren't going to know where they want to focus. I mean, I want the primary focus to be on the action in the ring, but I know it's going to be easy to pull your eyes to, oh, you might come here for the damage, or oh, you might go up there for how much endurance they have left. Although it's probably helpful that this is only going to change at the end of each round. Because I don't know if you were watching WWE back in the COVID days, like 20. Overlay it in the software. If I was using XSplit, I could probably set up something like that in OBS too. But the thing is, well, I could do it in OBS too theoretically, but I don't. I mean, where I'm going with that is it's already kind of taking. I feel like it would take away from the flow of the stream if I was having to stop and change it constantly in an overlay. That's part of why I went with a scoreboard I could actually keep physically on camera. That way because it's a lot quicker. I figure it's a lot quicker to adjust the score on a scoreboard than it would be to walk over to my laptop and adjust it on an overlay. But I mean, it's an idea I can play around with too. If I ever end up doing a Wide World of Sports project, I'd probably look into that a little bit more seriously. Could just do it at the end of the round. That's probably what I'd end up doing if I do it on an overlay, because that's what I would do with this scoreboard over here anyway. Is I would change that out at the end of the round, as you probably saw me cussing and swearing with it there toward the end of round 11. So definitely no shortage of ideas on how I could do it. Okay. Let's see if we're going to have any problems with the referee in this last round. 80, ooh, I think that is something on, even with an exceptional referee. Yes, misses a call on obvious foul. He was very lenient as the rating this round for Filippo. Alright, so he's very lenient for the round. Plenty of things to try out and see what I like and what flows best. Which I'd probably do more of that if a Wide World of Sports project ever comes up on the channel. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when I wrap this bout up. And what I think of boxing fitting into that so far. So with that said, there's the bell to start round 12. Mayweather is our aggressor to start the round. He will start us off with control. 34, he will land a punch. Mayweather will get on the board early with a 2-point jab. Mayweather starting off with the action. He will lose control though. Pacquiao can't take it. Mayweather gets it back. 11, he's going to land another punch. 49 will be good for a 2-point cross. Mayweather will stay in control. 11 will land a punch. And 33 will be good for another 2-point hook. Mayweather working slowly on Pacquiao. No control. Pacquiao will not take control. Mayweather, no. Pacquiao, no. Mayweather, yes. Foul on Mayweather. He's a B against a 39. And a very lenient. That will be no foul. Right? Yes. So 39, yeah, no foul. Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao takes control. Foul on Pacquiao, C against a 59. C against a 59, minus 10 is 49. And that'll be keep it above the head. Back over to Pacquiao we go, no control. Mayweather, yes. 51, that'll be a clinch though. Back to Mayweather, no control. Pacquiao, yes. Pacquiao will have ring movement, and we're staying at ring center. Back to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather, yes. Injury, uh-oh. No injury, just as a break in the action. Back to Mayweather, who stays in control. 27, he'll land a punch. And a 28 will be a 2-point hook. This round is all Mayweather so far. He will lose control. Pacquiao will take it. Special. Nothing special. Back to Pacquiao, no control. Mayweather will take control. 2, Mayweather's going to land a power shot. Pacquiao a 4 against a 17. 4 against a 17. Oh, that'll be 6 points and a knockdown. Oop. 6 points and a knockdown. So 4 against a 17. On a 1 to 10, we'll score 6 points and full killer instinct. So that is a 5, which means we go above the, or keep it above the waist, I meant. So we're going back to ring center, Pacquiao or Mayweather, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll get killer instinct. So Mayweather, 46 will be a missed punch. Pacquiao will try to counterpunch. A 12 will counterpunch. 38 will be a 3-point cross. There we go. Mayweather, back to that. We'll have ring movement. That'll bring us back to ring center. 12, he'll land a punch. And 70 with the cut. I'm not going to worry about the cut chance. That'll be a 3-point uppercut for Mayweather. There's the bell to end the bout. So Mayweather ended up... Actually, Mayweather didn't even end up fatigued. And on a 14-point differential, Mayweather will take it... Actually, he'll take it 10-8. And I forgot to check for Pacquiao's knockdown recovery. Ooh, he recovered at a 9. So there would have been a carryover effect, most likely. But that doesn't really matter because that's the end of the bout. So out of a possible 120... On Judge 1, I'm going to tally up the score here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For Mayweather, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Judge 1 has got this bout scored 114 to 111 for Mayweather. 3, 4, 5. And Mayweather's already going to win the bout because Judge 2 scored it 115 to 108 for Mayweather. The only question is if this is going to be a unanimous decision, and I think it is. 3, 4, yep. So by a score of 114 to 111, 115, 108, and 116, 110, this bout goes to Floyd Money Mayweather via a unanimous decision. And that will do it for this playthrough of Title Bout II. Now, in terms of using this game as part of a Wide World of Sports project like I was talking about, because this is going to be run on because boxing is going to be run on a Friday night, I think this game could work as part of a Wide World of Sports project. Obviously, it's been a while since I played Title Bout II, so I definitely need to scrape off some rust with it. But once I get the time down, once I start getting more reps under my belt, the time should come down on how long these bouts take. I do definitely enjoy my boxing games, and this was probably I think this was the first boxing game I got into. So there will definitely be more boxing games on the channel, and I could see using this one. We'll see how the rest of the project goes for stress testing, but let's wrap this video up. We're going to be busy this weekend. Tomorrow morning, Mystical Munchies will conclude Redo Month as the drink takes us back to the Dungeons & Dragons Flavors of the Multiverse cookbook as we're making Erlenmeyer's Dragonfire Punch again. Tomorrow, we're continuing sports stress testing as the Wide World of Sports test will feature Red, White, and Blue Racin' by Play Games, and we'll do another stress test, this time for Season Ticket Football by Sports Mogul Inc. I don't know what order the videos are going to go up in, so stay tuned to the channel for that. As for Sunday, we're going to have 3 games lined up. Sunday morning, the Fall Campaign in B-17 Flying Fortress Leader by DVG will continue. In addition to that, we'll also have History Maker Golf by Play Games and APA Football. Again, I don't know what order everything's going to go up in. Wednesday and Friday next week already, I can't believe this is coming up, we will have Pino with Phoenix for October 2025. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.